Hi, welcome to another day in our 31 days journey. Today we're going to be creating a thumbnail. Yes, what is a thumbnail? Most times when you hear a thumbnail, you get confused. A thumbnail is simply that picture you see in front of a video. There is this picture you always see at the front of a video that catches your fancy, that makes you click a particular video. That is what a thumbnail is. That's a thumbnail. Whenever you go on YouTube or any other social media platform, you often see videos with a beautiful picture, okay? Let's say a thumbnail can be likened to be a cover page. In case you're writing a book, a cover page is equal to a thumbnail when it comes to a video. That is what it is, okay? That very picture used to advertise the exact thing that your video contains is what we call thumbnail, okay? And when it comes to thumbnail, I often tell people that thumbnail is something that has to do with your instinct. Yeah, it has to do with your brain, because thumbnail requires a kind of creativity, and creativity comes at different time. Like right now, I can design a particular thumbnail and to me it is perfect, and to someone else it is nothing to write home about, and some other time I can actually design another kind of thumbnail and to me it is nothing to write home about, and to someone it is a perfect thumbnail. So there is no professionalism when it comes to thumbnail. It's all about what people see and like. I could see a particular video with a particular thumbnail and it's not gonna trigger me to watch it, and some other person will see that particular thumbnail with that video and they will be triggered to watch that video, okay? So for me, I believe that thumbnail has to do with your creativity at a particular time. So today you can design a particular thumbnail that is so catchy, and when you put it out there, a lot of people want to watch that particular video. And some other time you could actually design a thumbnail that is not catchy and you put it out there and people still see it and find it attractive, and it attracts them to watch the video, because thumbnail is one of the major things that attracts viewers to watch your videos, okay? With that thumbnail, they already know what that video is all about. You understand? It's just like a cover page for a book, okay? So your thumbnail is a kind of your advert board, okay? It is very important when designing your thumbnail. You should take a very good concern, like you should be intentional about your thumbnail. You can have a wonderful, valuable content and your thumbnail will speak less of that content. It's not going to attract viewers, but when you have a valuable content added with a crispy, catchy thumbnail, then trust me, that video has a chance of going viral, okay? So I always talk about thumbnail because it is very important. I design my thumbnail to the best of my own knowledge, to the best I can. So if you are designing a thumbnail, make sure to design it to the best that you can and leave the rest for God, okay? Because sometimes you run out of ideas on how you can actually design your thumbnail, like what the title should be and all that stuff, but your thumbnail is the product's name, okay? It is the means of advertising that very content. It is very important that when you are creating a thumbnail, you should be very, very careful about it and make sure you are utmost intentional about it, because it is totally the main name of that very content. It stands for the name of that content and it's equally the advertising medium for that content, okay? So be very intentional about it, all right? So I'm going to start with the background remover app. I know by now you've downloaded the background remover app, so I clicked on it and it's opened. So I'm going to be removing background, but you can equally use this to create a thumbnail, okay? So you're going to be seeing all that here. So you can see you can do a lot of things with the background removal. You can use it to create an entire thumbnail, okay? But for this tutorial, I just want to use it to remove background, okay? So I want to take a picture from here that I'm going to be removing a background from, okay? So scanning through, I have lots of pictures right here. So I go down because it is necessary that when you're filming your videos, don't forget to take pictures.
So from these ones, I want to choose one. Okay, so I'm choosing this one. All right, so right here you're gonna see it takes away the background and I have just my picture. This is how the background remover work. So I'm gonna click right here to drag it out. Okay, so I zoomed it out and I have this. Okay, you can see how it works. So I'm just gonna add anything if I want to add. There's so many features, some are free while some are paid. Just like this one is a paid one, so I couldn't use it, but you can do other stuff. You can add the line, the outline, just like I have here. If you want it, you can take on the good side. If you don't, you take on the bad side, like the side marked with asterisk. So we move on. You can add background colors. You can add, I have yellow, blue, any color you want. You can equally add the Christmas day trees. You can add textures. There's so many things you can do with InShot. So I need to on my data for this very purpose so that some of them could load properly. Okay, so this is what you could actually do. You can do a lot when it comes to background removal. Okay, but I normally use it just to remove my background. Okay, so you can see how we have been changing backgrounds. So if you love anyone, you can actually choose that particular one. Okay, and when you are done, you click on the mark button to save it, and if you don't want it, you can actually click on the cancel button to remove it. So I don't want, I click on the cancel button. Now let's look at adding text. You can actually add text from this background removal. See, so you can actually change the font, like you can do a lot of editing for your text right still on the background removal. Okay, so like I said, some are free, some are paid for. Okay, now we have this. So I don't want it, I'm not going to click on the mark button. So I just want my background removed. So we have other things that you could add, but this needs a working internet. So I just wanted to see how butterfly, shine, flower, cloud, pink party, happy thing, and the rest of them like that. Okay, so you can see you can do a lot of things when it comes to background removal. Now is loading up. So these are some of the stickers you can actually add to your video, to your thumbnails. Okay, but I don't want any of this, so I'm staying right plain, just like this. Okay, so you can see what and how background removal works. All right, so when you are done, you can simply save the video. Now let me still create another one. Okay, I'm going to pick another video and still remove the background just to have two in case I don't like the first one. This is how and what I normally do. Okay, so I have the second one now. I have removed the background. Don't forget, when the background is gone, try zooming it front so that it's wide and more visible. Okay, you can actually rotate this anyhow you want it. You can do that all here on background removal. Okay, so you can actually duplicate it if you want. You can add filters. You can see the filters we have. You have the brightness, we have the contrast, we have the warmth, the saturation, the fade, the highlight, and all that. You can actually add any kind of filter you want. Okay, it depends on how you want your face to look like. It's all about you designing how you want your outlook to look like. Okay, so you can see. So when I'm done, if I like what it is giving, I will just click on the mark button, and if I don't like it, I'll click on the cancel button. So if you click on the cancel button when you are done with a particular task, it's just going to cancel the whole task you've done. But when you click on the mark button, is going to remain saved. Okay, so now we closed. Let's go to Canva for proper thumbnail editing. So we open up the Canva app. If you're yet to download this app, please go right to Play Store and download the Canva app. So we open up the Canva app and we can see a lot of things that we can do right here. We have the YouTube thumbnail, the social media, the video, presentation, documents, and all the stuffs like that. Okay, we probably have the whiteboard, we have the website and more. So there's so many things you could do with the Canva app. Okay, but today we just want to use it for thumbnail editing. So I'm going to go straight on clicking on the thumbnail part. Then it opens up. We're going to see, let's see, we have lots of theme, lots of already made thumbnails that you could use to create yours. You could actually start from the beginning like a fresh one, and you could actually pick from one of all these ones and start creating yours. Okay, so let's see, I choose to pick one from here for the tutorial. So it is loading. Here we are. We have this right here, so you can actually add anything you want to add, anything you want to change. You can remove this picture and replace it with yours. So I'm going to be replacing this picture with the one we removed the background. So I place the picture and you can see, so I want to position it to where I want it to be. Drag it, you're going to see these arrows. You can actually touch it and drag it with your hands. Okay, so I have this picture placed right here, so you have to actually zoom it to make sure it fits and how it can actually be more visible and more clear. So you can actually do that with zooming in and zooming out. Okay, and anyone you don't want, you can actually delete that. You can see all those features around here below. Okay, so I want to replace another one, maybe remove all this around it so that I can have a plain background. There's so many things you could do around here. You can remove everything and place something new. Okay, so let me actually change this right up just for you to know. Anyone you want to change, you can actually click on that for the blue line or the blue box to appear right there. Okay, can you see how it works? All right, so we're just using this for the tutorial. We're actually going to try doing a beginning to end one. Like this one is just a kind of use this to transform it to what we want. We can actually start from A to Z of it. Okay, so this is the first pattern you can try. Like you choose one from the thumbnail that is already created, then transform it to what you want to use it for, transform it to your own kind of thumbnail. This is number one. Okay, remember when you are done with whatsoever you want to do right here, you just click right here to save it. Okay, so let's try adding colors and background to see, because we all have it right here. So we have the colors, the plain colors. If you choose to add a plain color, and we still have all these designs right here on Canva. Canva have so much. Okay, so let's try this red. We add it and you can see it's looking beautiful, but it doesn't give what we want for the thumbnail. Let's change it to purple. I click on the purple and it transforms to this. Let's still look out for another background. Now let's take a mixture. Let's see this one. Okay, I click on this one. It still give me kind of purple. Let's see another one. I pick one from here. Which should we take? We have so many backgrounds here. Anyone you choose, you're just gonna have it. Okay, so you can see as we are going further, we have a lot of them. That's why I like using Canva for my editing, because you can get a lot of background for what you want to use. You can get so many. So let's just pick this one. Okay, and here is how it looks like. So there is no magic about designing a thumbnail. It's all about trials and errors. So I'm going to keep changing colors, keep adding, editing text. Like, I keep working on it. Okay, so follow me along. When I choose white, it looks like this. It is not okay. I move ahead. Like, there are so many work you do here. You keep designing. Okay, I decided to change this to this background to see how it's gonna affect. Like, this is what you're gonna be doing. Okay, like, I'm working on the text right now. You can see how I have changed the text. It now has a dark background. Okay, it still doesn't look catchy to me. Let me see what else I can do to it. I try to change the color, that is the background color, to see if it's going to make it pop more. Okay, I rotate it to see if it's going to change balance and make it look more catchy. So it involves a lot when it comes to thumbnail. There are so many things you could do. The most important thing that when you're working, you work with your eyes. Okay, just look at it. When you do anyone, you see if it is catchy. If it's not, you change it again. You keep trying till you get something really nice. So you can see how I'm changing colors from red, white, purple, blue, black. Like, I'm trying out everything to see which one is going to come out perfect. Okay, that's how thumbnail works. So you keep doing this, you keep doing it. It's all about editing. You work on the background, you work on the text as well. They are all part of the thumbnail. All right, so we move on. You can actually change it to this effect if you want. Okay, so there are so many things you have to do. This has to do with effect, the shape and style. Okay, so we move on. You can change how it looks. You can see, so we call this effect. All right, so it's all about you being creative around here. You have to play on words till you get what you think is perfect. Okay, so at the end of the day, I decide to choose a dark, that is the black background. Okay, and I want to design my thumbnail to be, this part should come in red. Okay, that is, if you have a background of red, then the right top should be in white. All right, so you can see, looking at it, the entire background makes it look pop. So right now I'm going to add my picture that I removed the background from the background remover. So I added it and dragged it to this side. So let me zoom it out so that it's going to match with the thumbnail that I've created. So you can see I'm trying to see the best part of the video, the best part of the picture, where I'm going to place it for it to look more perfect. So you can see it's a little bit catchy right now. So we just designed this particular thumbnail. Okay, you can keep on working, you can keep on checking if there are better ways, or there's anything you can still do to make it look more better. Okay, you can see I twist to this side, twist to this. So it has to do with you practicing, trying. There is no perfect unless when you have a particular design in mind. Okay, this doesn't suit you, you can actually remove that very picture and look for another one and press right there to see if that's gonna look better. So I'm looking for another picture to actually add that to that very design to see if it's gonna make sense more. Okay, that is why when you're filming, you should try taking pictures 2, 3 or thereabout, so you can actually change. Now I want to apply with the background, like the original background that it came with. Okay, I decided to add it and I have this. So you can choose not to remove the background of your picture. You can actually choose to remove it as well. So without removing that, I have it like this. this is equally a thumbnail well created. So you should try yours to see if you are getting the gist. So right now I have another thumbnail that I just created. So this versus the first one, which captures your fancy more. You can actually do this way. You can see that it has changed a bit, but it is still this way. So anyone that works for you. So you can see we have done 2 right now. So if you look at it right now, you're going to see that it's okay. You can now move straight to clicking on the save button for it to get saved. Okay. It is saved. Okay, you can check it out in your phone gallery. You're going to see it right there.
This is a calling it short for today's video. I believe that you can now, I believe you can actually design a thumbnail right now. Don't forget, practice makes perfect. So from now henceforth, you keep practicing. Your very first thumbnail may not be that catchy, it may not be that wonderful, but as you progress, you're going to get it right. Okay, don't forget, start little, grow, and level up. Okay, and don't forget the watchword: if I can do it, you can do it. If they can do it, you can do it. Keep staying safe, and bye for now.